my relationships, even with friends and stuff, they started kind of falling apart because I was kind of not even realizing, but like transitioning into a person that I really wasn't. And so it got to a really like dark place. I mean, I'm being honest, where like my marriage was pretty much done at that time, and
I'm just sitting here in the small city, big dreaming, big dreaming, yeah. You ain't gotta tell me, cause I can see how you really feeling. You hear my style and my skill, I'm for sure worth $1 million. Stadium music forever and whatever it takes. Sacrifice, you can see.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Peso, man. Walking to the moon with the Chill Out Amigos.
We got co-host here, Robert, aka 1K Blends. Then we got our guest here,
Matt Lee, the one and only.
The one and only
only.
Matt Lee, Mr. Allergic to Average, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's me.
So I talked to you, what was it, October 20-something, huh?
Yeah, right around Halloween. So
Right around Halloween, and I was like, man, I want to get you on the podcast, man. And then I was like, I got this coming up, this, and then I was like, I'm on number 16 or so. And then you were like, what about 18? Tell us about 18.
well, 18. Well, in general, I would say numbers for me are just big. I feel like God speaks to me through numbers. There's always signs, but so 54 is my number. I see it all the time. I catch it on the clock just about almost every hour.
Yeah.
But my wife's number is number 18, and she was with me that night.
Right.
And we were chopping it up, and so it was at the same time. I just kind of looked at her, and I was like, well, that would make sense. What about 18? So here we are on episode 18, and I appreciate you keeping true with saying, hey, I want you on 18. Here we are. So
yeah, you said that was a good number for you. So I was like, well, shit, let's make that happen, man, right?
Absolutely. Here we are.
Who were you dressed as? I seen you had the crown, you had the suit on. Were you just a motherfucking king, or or who were you?
Well, yeah, so I was a king, but I was the king of hearts.
Okay.
The only issue was it was kind of a last minute thing, and I only had like 2 decks of cards, and I could only find so many hearts as far as with the king of hearts. So I had a few in my pocket, and I think another one, but I think the other one by the time I saw you fell off or something. So.
Yeah, because I didn't catch it. I didn't see like the heart cards or anything. You know what I'm saying?
So me and my girl, well, some people were like, are y'all like the prom king and queen? I was like, I guess that would work too.
Yeah.
But, she had, a little bit more than I did as far as like queen of hearts, and I was the king of hearts. So.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's what's up, man. So how you doing today, man? How's it going today, man?
It's going. It's just, man, I feel like for me, every day is kind of hit the ground and run with so many of the things that I'm taking on. And so today's another one of those, just between the food truck business, and we're taking tamale orders right now. So, yeah, we take about a dozen. So everybody's placing them right now. They can pick those up tomorrow or Saturday. Then we do that for another week, get those out. So some of that with working on a rental property, taking calls for the moving company. And then I think we're gonna take our little girls later to go see Santa Claus. Just
nice.
keep it all mixed.
Heck yeah. You said tamales, man. Hey man, y'all know, man. It takes a special hand to make good tamales, man.
Oh yeah.
How are y'all? What describe y'all's tamales, man? Give me some words that somebody has told you about them or something.
We're gonna need a taste test, man.
Yeah, man. Because I'm like, oh, you make tamales? Shit, I might want some this weekend too. Shit.
Yeah. So, my mom, she's from Hereford.
Oh, okay.
And so her great grandma, taught her grandma, and then her grandma taught her. And so my mom is the oldest of, 6 siblings, maybe 5, but. She was the first one to learn how to cook, and so she was the one that took on the recipe. So the good thing about ours is, I would say, they're well balanced. They're closer to Texas sized tamales. The masa matches, the actual meat inside, And the flavor is just, I mean, it'll slap whoever's eating it, bro. It doesn't matter. And we've had a lot of people come back. They're like, man, these remind me of my grandma. These remind me of my great-grandma.
That's
it's one of those.
That's some good saying right there.
Yeah,
that's because I can't. Yeah, right. Because I can't remember really somebody's that I've eaten in a while that reminded me of my grandma's, man. Because my grandma doesn't really cook anymore. Or she don't make menudo, she don't make tamales, she don't make tortillas no more. She's getting to that age, man.
You're suffering, man.
Yeah, man. I'm like, grandma.
Yeah.
I tried to tell her, man, like, grandma, you need to start whipping stuff back up. You know, you got our kitchen anytime you want.
Right.
And but yeah, man, that's something like for people to describe it like that, saying, "Oh man, it brings me back to my grandma's." That means that they must be pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'm already like, I gotta try one now. I'm like,
sold now.
How much are your dozens going for right now?
So this is the first time actually moving into November. We always start like taking the dozen by an order, you know. So we were doing 16 for a while, like 2 years ago. Then we went up finally to 18, and then this year I was like, bro, I'm watching people.
You're at 20 now.
Yeah, we're at 20.
Oh my goodness.
But
man,
the crazy part is, I got an aunt that lives in Canada. Mm-hmm. And she sent me a picture, bro, and there's a spot and they're selling them $65.
oh man.
Well, yeah, that's in Canada. I mean,
I know,
hey, but
I mean, I wouldn't think there would be too much Hispanics out there selling tamales, you know?
Right?
Right? So that comes like, that's probably a rare thing to come across in Canada. I would think, rare. You know?
I mean, the fact that you could, charge $65 a dozen is insane to me. So
like,
yeah, when
I was gonna say that's like $5-6 for one.
Is that what it is? That's what it breaks it down to, something like that, right? Yeah. So probably something. I had heard somebody message me and they were like, "Hey, you want to buy some tamales?" And I was like, "Shit, how much?" They're like 20 a dozen. I was like, "What?" What? Like, you know, because back in the day, I believe there were like 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think I heard somebody go up to like 16 or so. But this year, or a few months back, is the first time I heard the 20. So I was just like, man, well, just like everything else, I believe they're going up as well.
Right.
You know
And we like my mom, she's been, every time I try to, increase the price with our food truck on anything, she's like, no, that's too much. Uh-huh. But it really is like, I'm like, bro, if people are charging 20, 25 and their tamales are ass, like we know, people know what they're getting with us. And,
okay.
We got people that they'll order like 6, 10, dozen at a time, freeze them, keep them. And so I was like, hey, people know what they're getting and they know what they're paying for. So you can't feel bad about, delivering good quality, as well as, things have gone up. Like, you can't make as much selling it for 15 or even 18.
Yeah.
And so to go up to 20, I mean, it's one of those.
Sorry about that, man.
No, you're good. But I know it's kind of crazy to watch. I mean, just the price increase on things go up
on everything.
So, like haircuts, even.
Yeah. I'm a barber.
He's a barber.
That's why I was like, my haircut used to be like $15, and then I remember my guy was like, hey, we got to go up to 20, bro. And I'm like, what?
When I was a kid, it was like 8.
Yeah.
10 will tip.
Yeah.
12.
Now it's like $35, $40 plus a tip. I'm like, damn, it's getting pricey. I mean, once a month I get a haircut now. But
heck yeah.
Just across the board, man, things go up. But I feel like at the same time though, like even with the haircut, people are still willing to pay.
Yeah.
They know where the market's at. Now, if you far fetched and like we're jumping to $35 a dozen. I mean, shit, you gotta have a little crack in them, something to get right. To keep coming back.
Sliding something else with the tamales at the same time.
Right.
Hey, here you go. See you next week, homeboy. So you said you had a food truck, man. What do y'all sell in that food truck? Where y'all located? When did you start that?
So the food truck is called Saigon Señorita, and that really comes from, so it's a blend of Vietnamese, kind of fusion, and Mexican. And so really our staples to the whole food truck is, like, we have our Vietnamese egg roll,
Okay.
And so we kind of built our menu. Like we have 3 really combos on our menu.
Okay.
And so we have the Asian combo, which is more, that's the Saigon combo. And my dad's from Saigon, Vietnam, so he came over when he was about 2 during the whole war and everything. So that's where the Vietnamese side comes from. And then the Mexican side, so it's those same tamales, but we built our combo around that. So the beans, the rice, the carne guisada, and then we always put 2 tamales on there, and that's the all Mexican combo. The Vietnamese has 2 of our Saigon egg rolls.
How much is? Sorry to interrupt. How much is the? I'm already thinking about it.
Trying to place an order.
Hey, how much is that plate that you just described to us?
$15.
$15
with a drink.
That's good.
Oh, that's not bad.
good.
Yeah, and it's fat. I mean, it's Texas size. I mean, it's
okay.
People always give us compliments about, man, this is a good portion.
Because a lot of people want to sell you that plate, and then they're like, "Would you like a drink as well?"
Yeah.
Right.
Because this don't come with a drink.
Yeah, I know. And we've even had people tell us like, "Oh, you should sell the drink separately, or y'all should go up to like 18 a combo because y'all give a lot of food." But again, we know what it's like to like want to eat some good food, but not have, especially a family of even 4 or 3 people.
Yeah, show up to eat at your spot, and
So-
I mean, at least they're getting their bang for their buck.
Yeah, and that's what we always want to do. We want to, make people happy with the portion, and then, well, even more than the portion. The portion is that plus, but it's the actual taste, right? Because if people don't
Like it.
yeah, they don't taste something that's a little bit different and something that really like gets them anchored into like, dang, I really like this, then they might try you one time, and then all of a sudden on top of that, they see the portions kind of like, that's all right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have people coming back. So
Are you selling Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pibb,
Nah.
Dr. Thunder? They're giving them the good stuff.
no, we giving them the good stuff. The
Good
actual
stuff.
Dr. Pepper brand, the actual Coca-Cola. I think we do Sprite, and then we rotate between like root beer and a tea because people like
okay.
root beer and tea.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
it's the name brand stuff,
Oh yeah,
So we
I'm
should
just
be charging
joking.
separate,
Yeah.
but-
No, I'm just joking. Because I'll probably be trying to save a buck and make a buck. So I'm like, yeah, y'all get in this what do they call the Sprite
What's,
kind, the green kind? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Them- you
Yeah,
get
I
in
know what
the
you're talking about.
great value.
There's
You get some great
Sprite.
value, man.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
so I know we already started, but here on the podcast, man, we like to start with knowing where you from, bro.
I am from my mom's. No, I'm just kidding. No, that delivery happened here in Amarillo, Texas. So, which is crazy, yeah. But born and raised here in Amarillo.
Nice.
Used to grow up on a different side of town, over on the east side.
Cool.
Went to Humphreys Highland, went to Bowie.
What part of the east side? You said Humphreys Highland. That's where off of Bolton and stuff.
Yep, 34th and kind of Grand. Before that, when I was probably time I was born to about 5th grade, we lived over there off of 10th Street.
Okay.
And I think they put this tortilla factory looking thing right beside it. So it's right there on it was 1917 East 10th. I think somebody lives there now. I just throw out their address, but we used to live there first. So that's where I grew up. And then when I was going into 5th grade, we ended up moving over closer to the Cap Rock area. So 34th and Grand.
Yeah.
And so that's where I spent all my years until I graduated, and then I got married super young. So I mean, I think I had my apartment at 18, right at 18, and then at 20, we had moved into this house. So it's been a while.
Robert had an apartment when he was 16, man.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I was real young, but it just worked out that way. 16, yeah.
That's wild.
Or construction,
ain't
so
nothing.
it was good,
That works. Where were your parents? They were just like, you can go.
Yeah,
love
kind of.
Right? Where the fuck were your
They just
parents
kind
at?
of just supported everything. They were like, well, he kind of just does everything on his own already.
They're like, even better. He can pay his own
I
shit.
just said it one day. I was like, I'm moving out.
Like, mijo, I need a loan.
They're like,
This
okay,
month.
Dang,
so
that's cool.
it's good.
That's awesome.
But growing up, were you always motivated to make something, or did you always have the hustle ambition in you, or how did that become?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that was just, in my upbringing between the Mexican culture and then the Asian with the Vietnamese side, I always had 2 different models of hustle and just get it done. My thing was, I feel like for majority of my life though, I really never had felt like the smartest guy, the most attractive guy, the funniest guy, like any of these things that would help me in my mind, or I feel like a lot of people like stand out.
Yeah.
But one thing I started to develop, especially like I'd say primarily towards the end of like leaving elementary and going into middle school, like I started to really develop a mindset of just like not quitting, not giving up, like trying to go the extra mile or do whatever it took to like figure something out. And whatever that something was, whether that was, how to save some money on the side, to buy something for myself, or whether that was to get into my apartment or any of that. So like, it really became a mindset of like understanding, pushing through, I feel like the discomfort and like you don't know, like you don't know how to do something. You have this idea, but when you go through that kind of that grind of like figuring it out, sticking with it, and then you can eventually see the other side. I feel like that's where it kept me in that, like, hey, I might not have a lot of money, I may not be famous, I may not be this, and this, but like you're not gonna outwork me. You're not gonna work harder than me, or you're not gonna, stay on this longer than I will. I'll be here till this gets done. So that kind of just helped me year by year, and I guess each level of life just kind of
keep going.
Yeah, find a little bit more confidence, find a little bit more like, okay, you can do hard things, okay, you can take on, and so it stepped into the next thing, and it kind of led me to where, like I just feel like we're all capable of that, but some of us, like my mom's side of the family, a lot of that, the hustle that I saw growing up was like, the illegal hustling, drug dealing, and like, even like women, getting women involved, and like selling women, and I'm like, golly, like I like your hustle, but man, I don't want to end up in the mugshot and like not see my kids and none of
You
that.
don't want to end up on Randall County mugshot.
Randall County.
Yeah, that was a goal of mine at one time, but now I was like, nah, I better not. But, I feel like on the other side, like my grandma, which we call, she's Benoit. That's grandma in Vietnamese. My Benoit, she came over when she was 36 to the United States. She didn't know the language, but over the years now, she's, I think, 3 weeks back, she came from Dallas. We celebrated her 85th birthday.
Nice.
But since then, her process of being here in America and taking care of my dad and his sister, she works, 2 to 3 jobs majority of her life till she could get like her first property, and then she started putting that up for rent, and she got a second one, and then now she got, I don't even know how many properties in Dallas, and these are properties that she rents out to like doctors.
Nice.
Second story, they got a pool in the back, but just to see her hustle and to like see what she could do, not even knowing English, but like able to build money and stay patient in her grind of like, I got this, I'll level up when it comes to this, and I'll do this as long as it takes. So I also had that model too, I feel like. And so just on both sides of the spectrum, just really like figuring out, what does this look like for me? What do I want to do? And I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what do I want to do when I grow up, right?
Yeah.
So you can say that from your grandma, and you said your dad came when he was
2, yeah.
2. I thought I didn't want to make the mistake of saying 2, and you're like, no, I didn't say 2. But so is that where you could say you got most of your drive from, watching them pretty much basically come up from nothing to being hard workers and instilling that in you and stuff?
Yeah, I think there's definitely been there's been a good mix of that. Now when I look back, I've had a lot of really good examples of what not to do. Like
for sure.
I have 3 older sisters.
Okay.
And I'm the youngest, so it's just like growing up, there was watching them be years ahead of me, and them trying to sneak out or catch a party or do something. I'd watch the wrath of my parents, or especially my dad, come down. I'm like, okay, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. But even with cousins and uncles, and there was always these examples of like, well, you could do that, but this is probably what it's going to look like for you, or how it can pan out. And then I also had, I feel like, my mom and dad, they're both, they came from nothing. My dad was actually in a different situation than you. I mean, but I think at 16, or maybe even 15, he was in his first apartment or hotel over on the boulevard.
Okay.
Because he had no family, like my grandma was still, I think she was in Virginia working and taking on life over there. My dad was like, they were here in Amarillo for a season, and my grandma actually sent him to Boys Ranch. And he just was like, he needs some help, this, that. Well, he ran away from Boys Ranch.
Yeah.
And he just went off on his own and got his little hotel room, got a job. So my mom and dad actually, back in the day, my dad worked at Church's Chicken over on the boulevard. My mom worked at Arby's. And so how they met was they would just go and like switch foods. So like she would go to Church's and and then like, hey, you hook me with some chicken, I get some Arby's, and then
Yeah, because I worked at KFC, I believe my first real job, and we used to switch food with Taco Bell because it's right there. We used to switch food with them.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, every day you're eating KFC, and so it's like, man, call Taco Bell, tell them to let's switch it up.
Switch it
You know what I'm saying? So that's not funny, but that's funny and that's cool, man.
Yeah, it is. It's
You know
kind
what
of
I'm saying?
crazy.
It's a crazy way to meet.
I know.
You know?
And then after all these years, I mean, they stuck it out and been together, but in their own, I mean, coming from poverty on both sides, and then trying to do better, and my mom and my dad having kids young, but also not leaving us, and
right.
I've seen so many examples of that in my own family too, but I feel like just their continuous drive year by year to like try to do better, try to find something a little bit like, and that's why like I grew up over here on 10th Street. And then when I went to 5th grade, or going into my 5th grade year, my parents, and that was a big deal. Like moving over by Caprock from where we were at, I mean, it felt like we were moving to like the rich side of town, which was not the case.
Yeah, because the little further back on the east side, it's not run down, but you could tell it's a little bit more hood. And then when you go by Caprock, it's like, people that actually go to work every day and actually are trying to establish themselves a little bit more, kind of stay right here. I can tell.
Yeah.
Like there's some fences around the yard. Some of
There's
them
some
and
paint on the
stuff.
house.
The grass is a little green right there.
There's a 2-story house here.
The little
for
mix.
sure.
And then, so just seeing that though, man. I mean, and then one of the crazy things was like and that's one, I know that's like an Asian thing too. Like my grandma was always trying to like instill in my dad to like, be your own boss, like whatever that looks like. Try to work for yourself. Try to work. And so my dad, when he came over, I mean, from the time he was young growing up, I think he wanted that ability to work for himself and be a business owner, but just the natural like, I guess, tendency to go to work and just to find a job and have that kind of security was the most important thing. And so he used to work for Randall County Sheriff's Department for about 14 years, and that was a lot of how he was able to get ahead. And so even though at the time there were a lot of it growing up, he would tell me like, hey, the idea is you should work for yourself. One day find a way to be your own boss, find a way to go to work and you're the boss.
Nice.
And so for a long time until the food truck, I mean, he worked and he still works a job, but having that I guess window kind of painted for me to see out of like, hey, you could do this, him not saying I haven't done this or I don't know what that takes, but you could do this.
Yeah.
Ended up putting me on a path, where I eventually I actually left college and went out and started my first business. And I mean, still to this day, it's just everything that, I haven't worked a 9-to-5 or a job for somebody since I was 27.
Okay.
So, and I'm 33 now. So, but it's still a hustle. It's still a grind, and it's still figuring out. But yeah, a lot of that mentality and that mindset was just coming through what I saw worked, what I saw could be, what I wanted to do better, and what I thought maybe was possible. Hey, what if we could do this? What if we could try this? And so it's all evolved slowly, but surely.
Then your brand Allergic to Average. Tell us how that came about.
So,
and how'd you come up with the name?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was after my first business, which was like a CrossFit gym. I had spent about 2.5 years running that, and that was, I mean, that was a success at that time. I mean, we were like listed as fittest gym in Amarillo. We'd go to these competitions and outwork everybody and beat them. We had customers showing up, clients and all that. And I was already married. I was in this house. And so the story was like, for me at that time, that's all I knew and that's all I was going to be doing. But like, I was wanting money and, you know, success and all these other things. But as I started to get it, what I didn't realize at that time was I wasn't actually ready for it. Like the inner work of myself, pride, ego, a lot of these things still needed to be checked. So what happened was I ended up like at the end of 2.5 years, bro, I felt like what felt like destroyed myself. Like I was a little bit more prideful about the money coming in and kind of my status of what I was doing. I started getting distracted with other ladies, and again, I said I was already married at that time, and so my relationships, even with friends and stuff, they started kind of falling apart because I was kind of not even realizing, but like transitioning into a person that I really wasn't, and so it got to a really like dark place. I mean, I'm being honest, where like my marriage was pretty much done at that time, and I ended up making the decision to like walk away from that business to get my priorities straight. And the main thing behind all that was I've always had a relationship with God. I grew up in church, and then I felt like a lot of my time was like escaping what felt like religion, just church, and getting more and more into relationship with this divine God that I believe in. And so I had lost that though. You know, me being the man, me feeling like I was the one making it happen. I had all the success. So when I walked away from that first business, it took me like 2 to 3 months to actually do that. And the reason being is because I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't know if you remember off of Booby Moms when he's like, what am I going to do now? What am I supposed to do now? He's sitting in the car crying, right? And that's how I felt.
Hey, no, that's some real life stuff. I mean,
It is.
That's just not on the movies, you know. Like I think men go through that almost every day, you know.
Absolutely.
Asking themselves.
And that's how I felt like right at that moment. I was kind of like, okay, Lord, like if you're telling me to walk away and prioritize my marriage and my relationship with you and all these other things, like what am I supposed to do with it? Like I've always wanted to own a business, and now I got a business that's working well, but like what are we supposed to do with that, you know?
Yeah.
And so at the same time, like I walked away, and so it was like a year and like 5 months probably. And I was actually in my guest bedroom for months trying to like convince my wife to like, let's work on this, like, you know, all these things. So I bring up that story because that's actually when I was becoming a product of Allergic to Average. Like what I teach, what we talk about, shifting your beliefs, the power of thought, the power of right heart. I was actually like just a student to all that, understanding like I need to believe different about myself, about the future, what's possible, changing the thoughts and beliefs that I was carrying to be so, you know, tremendous like in my life at that time. So being a just more of a product of Allergic to Average throughout all that. So at the time, this had now fast forward, like my marriage got better, you know, everything was kind of like, you know, grooming again. I was like, all right, here we go. I was working a job at that time and just kind of just taking care of business. And so I had a cousin at the time. And so he was like, hey, I got this name, but I don't really know what to do with it. Right. So he says, he gives me the name Allergic to Average. And so I was like, okay, I like that. Right. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of pondered on that. Well, eventually I started thinking about everything that I had just went through. And there had been ideas about, you know, maybe it could be a clothing brand, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be it could have been an energy drink. It could have been, you know, but overall, the main focus at that time was, which is what I was bringing was, what if we could create a brand that it doesn't represent just like a lifestyle, but it represents more importantly, like a way of thinking. It represents a mindset. And so out of that, we kind of, you know, started looking at, the message of that, but as well as, you know, clothing, like, and I'm not a fashion dude, like at all. I don't really like get into like what, I mean, I like to dress nice. I like to wear nice things. I like to look good, but clothing for me wasn't ever something that I was like, well, let's start a clothing brand because, you know, I'm passionate about clothing or fashion or anything. But it was, to me, the best vehicle to take the message of Allergic to Average because, like, you know, when you what you put on and what you wear, like, that's a part of how you express yourself. That's a part of who you are, right? You're saying something by what you wear. And we also wanted, like, the ability for people to, like, see somebody else wearing the logo and instantly know, at least have a good idea of what type of person they were.
Yeah, I got
Right?
you.
So, like, you can see somebody else, and we've had this over the years, like, strangers, they don't know each other, but they see each other wearing Allergic to Average, and they have almost like an instant buy-in, like, oh, okay.
Like a little connection.
Right,
you know?
like, I see you, I see what you're wearing, like, you know what that's about, and so do I. So we must be best friends already, right? Like, it almost makes them feel that way. And so, yeah, so it just kind of evolved. Like, it started again with the clothing. It still goes with, you know, we have it. A lot of people find it through just people wearing the clothing or decals on cars. But then it went into, I think by like year 3 and 4, it became more and more of a curriculum and a message that I would start taking into, like, it used to be youth groups, and then it went into schools, started with elementary schools, and when we started doing stuff in high schools, then it went into school assemblies, and then I started doing contracts with, you know, districts in, like, California, and so just different, pretty much a lot of the schools, I would say, most here in Amarillo, Allergic to Average has been in, and we shared the message with at some point.
When you started Allergic to Average, the brand, did you expect it to become what it is today?
Well, yeah. And it's funny because I would actually say, I mean, being transparent, I actually have visions for it to be much bigger. And the hardest part, I feel like, is really the patience and to keep like that faithfulness to yourself and to, like, what you're building. And even when it doesn't look the way you want it to, or it's not where you think it should be yet, or where you've had these visions of it going, to still hold on to that. And so, like, for me, I would say, man, like, the last, especially like 3 years of Allergic to Average, I felt at times, for me personally, like, almost like that self-disappointment where, like, I should be doing this still. I should be on this level now. And again, that's not to take away from all the success it's had. But a lot of it's been, you know, like, the reminder of other people, like outsiders looking in, that are like, bro, that's dope, or like, that's amazing. I mean, I was at a wedding. I DJ as well. So I was DJing a wedding in Lubbock last weekend, and the videographer there, he was like, Allergic to Average. He goes, I found a lot of inspiration from Allergic to Average. And he goes, your name's Matt, right? And dude, I was like, you live in Lubbock, right? Like, how did you find out about it and all this? And so we talked a little bit, and he said that he had came across it from people back in the day at South Plains College, that I guess somebody was from Amarillo, this and that. Cool. But I would say, like, for me, I want it to be bigger. And I would say, almost promise to myself and to, I feel like God has really given me the responsibility and almost the stewardship of what Allergic to Average is, helping people to position their thoughts, their heart, their mind into what is actually possible, getting them out of an average way of, you know, existing or just living, and tuning them into something that could enlighten them to see, like, no, your life is good, right? People are good. Despite what we see, you are the driving change in your own independent world, and how that actually affects the people that, you know, you come across, or the family you have, or the city you live in. And so if we start if each one of us would start with ourselves in that, and really understand the importance of, you know, like, what we're building, what we're doing, or even the experience that we're giving one another, you know, and how that really intertwines with the world that we live in, man, I feel like that is something that uplifts, I mean, any family, you know, any legacy, any city, any community. And more and more, I feel like that's why I refuse to let the message of Allergic to Average, you know, die out and just be done. And so I'm very grateful and excited to see where it's come and how far it's come. But at the same time, like, I am very just kind of, I would say I'm very driven to see it get to where I know where it's supposed to go, and where I feel like it's definitely going to be capable of getting to one day.
Yeah. Then with that, where has your brand taken you? And if you could give us some examples, and what's your favorite part about it?
Man. So like when you say where it's taking me, are you talking about like location wise, like places, or
just the overall brand. You can talk about places, the brand itself. You
So
gotta meet people
you
through
said
it.
you said you got to get into just about every elementary school here. Um,
right,
speak of the conferences that you host,
right,
and a little bit
yeah.
of that.
Well, and I think a lot of it has been. I mean, we've been in existence now. So we launched Allergic Average in 2015, August of 2015, and so at this last August, that's an official 10-year
10
mark that
years.
we've been in existence with it.
Nice.
And so I think overall, man, the like one of the coolest things. I mean, I've been able to go to California. This was last year for 2 months and work in schools there and just kind of help, from elementary school up until like seniors there. Just the power of mindset. And so like to be able to do that has been like incredible. And the physical locations, the opportunities, like I feel like, so I always had a hard time because like when I left college, I dropped out of Emerald College, and I just felt like for me, I struggled so hard with academics, like in the classroom, bro, growing up, having like, dyslexia and trying to like comprehend things. I just, for a while, before I ever knew any of that existed, I just thought, I literally had a belief system growing up that I was like dumb. I was just like, bro, you're not smart when it comes to reading, when it comes to spelling, like you can't do any of that. And I still struggle with some of that. And so I think going through just kind of my process and just kind of writing it out, like now, like speaking for colleges, like I've been able to speak for the university like at least 6 times, keynotes, workshops, Amarillo College. I mean, this has been about a month ago. I mean, we're sitting down in the like the president's room. I'm meeting with all the big dogs, and I'm at the head of the table, and I'm like, do they know I dropped out of the school? Like, did anybody tell them?
I ain't gonna bring it up.
I'm not gonna say nothing, but I think just to be able to do that and to work with like a college and just to be able to like even speak for Rutgers University in New Jersey, like they have an
That's
MBA
cool.
program,
Yes,
and
sir.
they just knew about my story, what I've done, even though it's not like, oh, you've hit the millions already, but the power of that story. And then I would say like over the years, man, there's been a lot of people I still talk to that I have a big heart for mentoring. I've been mentoring since probably I was 17 years old. People from the youth group back in the day to I used to work for Randall County Youth Advocate Program.
Okay.
So they would assign me kids that were
Little badass.
they were just basically fucking up. I was like their last chance to get
Yeah.
shit right before they're going to send them off somewhere.
Uh,
And so I still talk to. I mean, I probably over that course of like. I didn't mean to touch your leg, bro.
okay.
But come a little closer. But man, just to have those relationships, man. A lot of these young men, and that's a lot of. I mean, not only in our community, a lot of communities, bro. We know it's been more and more of this fatherless generation, and we got a lot of men that they don't. I mean, they're lucky to have a Theo or somebody to talk to or to ask questions. And so for me, I just naturally like started to try to help with that. So to go back to that question, man, I feel like it's a gift to be able to not only like mentor people that you can see helping, or just they want your advice, so they just want to be able to dialogue with you and ask questions because maybe they're just having a rough day or they're just kind of like broken at that time and they can't see past it. Because I see how much I've had that from people that have mentored me and had those conversations, or man, at times I've had to like borrow somebody else's belief like in me. Like they're like, bro, no, you got this. You can do this, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I can. I don't. And so their belief in me helped me to like stay, attested to my process, what I'm taking on, like, okay, I can do this. And then it's really cool for me to be able to see that with a lot of the young men. I mean, there's even some young ladies through the colleges that, I've been able to like just talk to, or, they don't have a dad. And so maybe it's after an assembly or it's after a workshop and they'll come over and, I mean, it's just cool to like, to get the tears sometimes. And then, at other times you're getting just straight smiles, but it's just whatever your experience was that day or what you were willing to share, how it can actually like change somebody in that moment.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I feel like the biggest thing of no matter where it's taken me, that's been cool. But like just to continue to go back and I guess in a nutshell, man, I believe in the power of helping people. Like
Oh, yeah.
I've been helped a lot and I still receive help in just different facets and in different ways, but to be able to help, man, I mean, that's a superpower that I think most people sleep on is, we all need help and it looks different, but to be able to have that and to be able to give that, I mean, that's an Allergic to Average thing too.
I got
Nice. How does it feel seeing so many people supporting your brand, from the stickers to the cars to everybody wearing your T-shirts and stuff?
It's a constant reminder for me of why this is important and also like how it resonates with others. Like, I think we all in different ways, in different degrees, man, we battle and we are at war with average in our own life. And, that looks different for every single person. But the idea though was always to, especially with Allergic to Average, like if you can't get somebody to buy into or to see themselves in that vision, then it really is pointless, right? It doesn't, I mean, I feel like that's a business concept and idea in general. Like if people can't find themselves in the vision of what you're putting out, or they can't see themselves, that's even eating your food, you're not going to have much of a buy-in and much of an experience with people buying your product or wanting to be a part of the movement. And so I think that, going back 10 years ago when we first started, that was the idea, was, getting people to awaken from just what feels average. And so now every time I see a sticker or I get a picture of somebody cruising and they spotted a sticker, or you see somebody in the, the store or wherever wearing it, to me, it's just kind of that reassurance again, even though I've had plenty of it. It's just that reminder of like, hey, you can't quit. You can't give this, just a downtime of just like, let it go away.
Yeah.
People need this.
Yeah.
People are actually being impacted by it, or they at least see themselves in, hey, I'm not average. I'm not just going to be ordinary. So that really ignites that more and more every time I see it.
That's good. That's good. And as far as just everything going on, I know you spoke about the food truck. You're doing some flooring before this for a rental. Do you have anything going on elsewise?
Yeah. So now I'm stressed. Yeah. I was like, how many?
Forgot about this shit. I need to go, as a matter of fact.
No. So we got to wrap this up right now. But so across the board, the primary and the main thing that I like to focus on is Allergic to Average. And then next, the other thing that I have, ownership in and we've started with the food truck, Saigon Senorita. I also DJ. That became something that over like the last 8 years, I haven't promoted. I don't even have a DJ. I mean, I guess I call myself DJ Matt Lee now because they were like months ago asking for this flyer.
Yeah.
So they're like, "What's your DJ name?" I was like, "I don't have one." It's DJ Matt Lee. Like, okay, so DJing, and then the other two companies I helped. Two different like best friends. I was a part of the launching process and the scaling. And in each one of them, I kind of have, so the moving company, I'm pretty much like the CEO of what's called Rescue One Movers.
Okay.
So one of my best friends, he's a firefighter and wanted to start a business, just didn't know how. And so we've had that rolling for, I think, like 5 years now. So we got the moving company, and then the other one is a monument company, Emerald Legacy Monuments.
Yeah, I seen the statue.
Yeah.
Made. I was like, man.
Yeah,
What does he not do?
Yeah, I know it, man. I know it. So yeah, across really those 5 things. But those are the main things.
I know you spoke about the food truck. What are your hours, or where y'all located?
So we switched that like last year to where you won't really find it unless it's the summertime or like the warmer weather. We started out like the first year, maybe 2 years, where we had like the Loft Church, the old Midnight Rodeo. So we would set up there, and then we had lunch hours, this and that. But eventually, like now, I would say fast forward now, the only thing we catch now is like events. So every time, like especially like again during the warmer weather, when events are popping off, we just go off of the invitations. Like we get plenty of those. A lot of food trucks, are hit up about, hey, we have this going on, and so we focus on that, catering, and basically, what was the other one I was gonna say? Oh, food truck parks.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if there's an event, we catch it. If we can be there, if not, we try to just hit up these like food truck parks or these setups around town on like a Friday or a Saturday, and if not, then we're typically like catering. So that keeps us busy.
I got you.
What can you say has been your biggest blessing in life, man?
So I only get one big blessing to share. That's it.
I'm not saying that, but I mean, you could talk about a couple of them, but
Okay.
just one thing that you know it really stands out. I know most people are like, for me, I could say my wife and my kids, man, are pretty much one of my biggest blessings, man, in my life. Like because of them, I'm the person I am today.
Yeah. Well,
not a fuck up.
I mean,
I do fuck up, but
right. And I think, that's exactly where I had to go, man. I mean, my wife, shout out to Giovanni. She's out there working right now too and getting it. But I met her when I was 14. I was at a church camp some hours away. That was back in 2007, and this was back before. So I think MySpace was out and going. I think
That was
so.
a good minute then, huh?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Like, and so it was just the old school. Like, I was still fortunate to have that old school. Like, I had a flip phone, so I call her every night on the flip phone. And talk. We just talk as long as we could. Every night.
you ran out of minutes.
Yeah, for real. Had to call her on the weekends, unlimited, or after 7. That's what it was. Eventually, it was after 7, so I make sure to call after 7. But man, we talked for a year and a half. She lived over in Levelland, so that's about 2 hours from here, and we talked like a year and 7 months as just friends. We just got to know each other, and I knew she loved God. Like she had a heart for Him, and she was like devoted, and that's how I was, and so that just kept us talking. And then eventually, I think it was my junior year. Yeah, I believe junior year of high school. And so I asked her to be my girlfriend. And then, bro, I just say overall, man, I've known her longer in my life than I haven't known her.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And then just to watch, we're a lot different. I'm not, she talks about the signs. It's like, I'm a Leo, so she's always she's a Capricorn. So she doesn't like study that, and it's not like a religion thing. She finds a lot of truth from that. And so I'm a Leo, and she's always, I'm the speaker. I'm the person that's, usually I'm the DJ, and she's a lot more like behind the scenes. And so, but bro, to have that, over all these years, and even the times where I felt like, she could have quit on me. Like, it was justified. Like, damn, I really feel like I fucked up that bad, or, it was really that low. But because of her heart with God and that type of love, it's not some surface level or just, she has shown me just continual grace and like patience. And I feel like the man that, whatever it is, when I'm DJing on a stage or I'm speaking, the man that those people see, they don't realize how much she's had that influence in contributing into me being that and helping me to even get to that point. And so, again, same thing, just like you, bro, from that beautiful bride. I have 2 little girls, Daniela, she's 3, and then Madison, she's 7. And like, I thought I was gonna be a boy dad, and I wanted a son, and now I can't imagine it any other way, man. My heart for my girls. I got 3 of them now. I'm a ladies' man, and I keep these girls around me. Yeah. But my little girls and my wife, bro, like, even whenever I'm feeling burnt out or overwhelmed, or I was mentioning earlier that I need to just like slow down. Sometimes I feel like I'm just. But they're my anchoring point. I can just come home after like hell of stress, like crazy stuff trying to work out, bro, and just to see them or just go pick up my little girl from school and just, they remind me of like the goodness in life, Yeah. And so I feel like those have been my biggest blessings to really just like keep me anchored and moving forward, and to keep me from being an average, dude out here.
Yeah, I
Like
got
for
you.
real, it's really easy to be average and to just kind of carry out in an average way or a typical way. But my wife and these girls, man, they've kept me just pushing and trying to really just come to what is the next level, what's the best thing we could do now, or what's my next level of greatness that I can get to for them, because I know they're dependent on it, and I mean they get to profit from it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Then as far as your brand, where do you plan on taking it, and where do you see it in the next 5 years?
Mm. Well, I would say up until this point now, we've been in 35, I want to say 36 states.
Okay.
We've been overseas, from, of course, Mexico and Japan. We've had people rock us. And so my goal is that I would see us going back to those and more states, but with more consistency. Like we have a bigger fan base.
Yeah, yeah.
In the next 5 years, though, I would see it being something to where, at one time we had some transitions through, but we have 4 locations like locally in Amarillo that we would sell our apparel out of. And so I feel like I would want to expand that, but not only locally, but
Yeah, yeah.
also, throughout, maybe if we just starting with, the state of Texas, and we have, we're selling in Lubbock, as well as we got another location and a store over that's in Dallas or whatever. But I wanted to just, more than just the clothing, I feel like the biggest component behind it and the focus that's going to keep driving that is I've been back and forth for a while. I mean, years now on just, it's because I'm so picky too.
Yeah, yeah.
But with like continuing to build like an inner circle, like kind of a community where I can continue to like mentor people on mindset and thought. And it just becomes one of those things that like, people can tap into, and they can continue to like get upgrades and get reminders and have a community of people that are not settling, that are continuing to push to be allergic to average. And so that kind of community, or, I've called it I got it still written up over there, the 8A Ambassador Academy.
Okay.
So like the Ambassador Academy is what I really want to push. And so it's not gonna take 5 years to start. In fact, we're gonna hop into that this year. But I would say that my goal and what I could see happening is within 5 years, if we're starting this next year, we have at least, like 1,000 people in there that are part of the academy, that are students to growing in thought and growing in, the right heart, and learning how to like really just a lot of these elements, bro, getting back to the little things and learning how to like, submit and give a lot of your problems or what you feel like you have to carry, giving it to somebody else, which is God. How do you get into an actual experience of like trying to force and trying to demand life to, be what it is you think it should be, and realize that you're part of something bigger. You're part of something that is a contribution to others and to the people that are coming after you. And not, I feel like the time and age that we're in, man, it gets so like, you see so many things on social media. You see so many people younger in what seems like, bigger positions or further than you. And like, it starts putting this unnecessary like pressure on you. Like you have to know, you have to figure it out. And so a lot of the reminder too is, for me to help other people is like, you're not ordinary. You're not just some average person. Like, to the design of who you are, and to, even if you don't see it, there's beauty, there's greatness, and there is something truly extraordinary about you being here. Like, the fact that you are alive and you're taking on this thing that we call life, you're engaged in it, like you have it, bro, that's already enough. Like I'm not saying that's enough to make you happy. I'm just saying like you are already enough because you're here.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. And so there's so many elements with that. But like I said, I want to continue to just grow that belief in people, and help partner and, like I said, mentor people into seeing like, hey, look, you may have come from average. Maybe your parents were average, maybe that's what but like, that doesn't mean that's who you have to be, or what you were, designed to be.
Yeah.
Sure. So, is there any charity organization you would like to collab with in town that you haven't already?
I would say probably I'm familiar with them, but I believe it's in the. See, I'm already gonna. I hope I don't mess up. But Andreas Project, I believe it's what it's called, and that's a lot of just basically the story of why that got started was some youngsters like in high school, and one young lady, she had gotten a car for her birthday, this and that, and then ended up letting two of her guy friends drive and kind of ride around. Well, they were intoxicated and got into a wreck, and unfortunately, man, she ended up dying. She was the only one that ended up passing out of the whole thing, and and that wasn't even so much of like her being intoxicated and driving and feeling, but just being in that situation, that peer pressure. And so, I mean, I feel like again, with young people, and I understand, the pressures and distractions of the world that we live in, and especially how much that has amplified with social media and where we're at. And so, I think something like that, though, to be able to get younger people to see like, hey, there's going to be a time and there's going to be a season in life where you could do what you do, man. You could drink, you could smoke if you want to smoke, like do whatever you want, but kind of protecting, doing your best to protect the innocence of what should be a child or what should be a teenager, because these are critical steps. I feel like for us to be able to get to what it is to be an adult. So I think about Andrea's project and what they've done or what they're doing, and that's something that I'm like, as a speaker, I'm like, I got stories, and I also have, other people's stories that have been able to speak to that, and so I would say that's probably the first one that comes to mind.
Nice.
Then you've been around for a long time. You know a lot of people. Is there any favorite artists or country bands or just people in general that that's your favorite out here? Or?
Well, okay, so I got, different genres of that. But like, okay, country-wise, I would say my favorite country artist would have to be Cody Johnson. I like Cody Johnson's music. I love his storytelling. And then in hip-hop, like, dude, that's hard because I got a lot of go-tos, people but I like a lot of the old school that really got established. I would say, man, I can't even give you one from like today that I'm just like, okay, this is my go-to. But, man, I don't know. That's a toss-up. There's so many.
Listen to no hip hop today.
Yeah, it's a little different. That's what I'm saying. I gotta be more picky on it, but I don't know, man. I hope that's not just a cop out. But like since I DJ, bro, I love all sorts. I mean, from all sorts of from norteños to cumbia to tejano. I mean, I got artists for all those that I'm like, man, these are all. And then same thing with like country, from like Texas country, and then hip hop. Like you go back to like Biggie and Tupac, and then anybody that was right around that time, like Snoop. And then as you fast forward and like Eminem, and you start to get like those are all like and then. Up till Kendrick, and I would even say like I'm a fan of J. Cole. I think he's good.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a whole mix there.
No Drake, man.
No Drake.
No Drake.
I like Drake.
Oh,
no, I like Drake.
We want them guys, man.
But I don't know, man. I'm not like a. I don't know. Since Kendrick had happened, bro, I feel like that really,
oh my goodness,
that really settled him down. He's still making good music.
Settled him down.
Settled him down. It did slow him down a little bit, though.
Just a little bit.
It did for sure.
But I respect Drake for sure.
Okay, so for the last question, man, what's some advice you would give to young entrepreneurs or just anybody in general, bro, that could help somebody? What's some of the best advice you could give?
I feel like so much of it's always going to go back to, man, like patience, like learning how to grow in patience, and the fact that like patience is a gift, and really what gets produced. So learning how to you got to stay patient in your process of whatever you're building, taking on. Sometimes you get ideas and dreams earlier in life, and then sometimes you don't even realize that those things will get you to a certain point, and they'll actually help you to get to what you didn't even see as the next thing. Yeah. So I feel like patience, and then that ability to, like, I feel like believe in yourself, but you got to be open to, what could be your next, green light, or your next, just even like meeting somebody. There's been so many people that like, through the relationship of like meeting them, that's helped me to get to the next level, or help me put me in a position to be able to do this, or, a lot of times that, like I say, it's not always what you know, but who you know. And so, that ability to just like kind of humble yourself, I feel like, and remain open and remain a student I feel like is the biggest thing. And so, and being a patient, being patient with yourself and with life and where things are taking you. And also like just staying in this ability to be humble, open, but also like, I know that I have greatness. I know I have something to give, and it may not relate to being famous, or what we see as like being rich, but understanding that like we all got a gift to carry, and we all have a story to share and tell. And so what that looks like, it's all different for every one of us out here.
For sure. Or good. Said very good.
Yeah.
I was trying to say it a different way, but yeah, you said that very good. Yeah, it still didn't sound right. Go for it, Rob.
Oh yeah. Then our last segment of the episode, we do an episode on the end. We do a segment called On the Fly. So to this or that, just your preference. We'll ask you a question and just choose your preference.
Okay.
I got you. Then our first one is Air Maxes or Air Forces?
Air Maxes.
Air Maxes? Okay. See, I'm different. I always go Air Forces.
For sure.
It's a debate me and him always have all the time.
For sure.
It's just because I rocked more Air Maxes in my life.
For sure.
I got you.
Hoodies or crew necks?
Let me go with hoodies.
Hoodies?
I like crew necks. We even have 8A crew necks. Well, we got both, but I think there's something about them pockets and having the hood. Like,
Yeah.
But I like crew necks. Like, I love hoodies though.
Then would you rather go swimming or just chill in the hot tub?
Am I by myself?
It's up to you.
Okay.
I'm more of a hot tub guy.
Yeah.
I would say if it's just like me and like maybe my girl, if it's just like one or two people like that, hot tub all day. If there's like more of a social gathering or where there's people more than 3, let's go to the pool.
I got you.
For sure. Ford or Chevy?
Definitely Chevy.
Okay.
Definitely.
Next up, we got Kabuki or Tokyo?
Tokyo.
Gotta
do Tokyo.
Is it the noodles or?
It's the love.
Okay.
I can taste the love at Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah?
They don't serve that no more.
Yeah.
I'm a Kabuki guy, man. Vacation on the beach or cabin?
Dang, I can't go wrong with either or, but I would go with the beach. We did that I think that would be, because I'm thinking of a family dynamic, and my girls love the beach, so I would take the beach.
Nice.
Okay, then the color, black or white?
But Michael said it don't matter if you're black or white.
He said that. For sure.
No, I would probably say black, because I wear more black. I always like my products, everything are always black. So
Yeah, it's so much easier to keep black.
Yes.
You know, compared, you throw all white on, you're like, shit, I got
See, I'd rather have white, but I buy more black just kind of know I'm going to be dirty all the
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure,
Same
for
way.
sure. Burgers or wings?
I'm going with burgers. My wife would. She's gonna slap me. She's a wing fan, so. But I'm burgers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
On burgers, would you go Blue Sky or is it Buns Over Texas?
I'm probably gonna go Blue Sky.
Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that
Blue
one.
Sky.
For sure, me too. B-Dubs or Wingstop?
I would. Man, that used to be B-Dubs back in. That for a while. But I would probably say Wingstop now.
Lemon pepper.
Yeah. Get some of that.
For sure.
Next up, we got low socks or high socks?
What season are we in? I'm just kidding.
I don't know, because like year round, I wear low socks.
You probably like to wear long socks, huh?
I wear like the mid.
The mid?
Oh, the mid.
But like when it's colder, I wear longer socks. But in the summertime, I wear like no show or the short socks.
Okay.
So it's really the season.
The season, I got you. I got you.
Change it
You
up.
can see me more in the summer,
Drake or Kendrick?
I already answered that one. No, that gotta be Kendrick.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Okay.
Some people-
Let's cut it, bro.
More than.
Back it
All
up.
right, next up we got Chipotle or Qdoba.
So I haven't had Qdoba yet,
No?
but I've heard great things and that I've heard it's better.
It is.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. But I haven't got it. We're gonna have to wrap this up and we can go try that. So I can answer that. We'll come back. But, I don't know. I can't even. But I would just say Chipotle for now until I know better.
I got you.
Yeah, the one time I ate Chipotle one fucking time, man. I don't want to go back ever.
Nah.
Hell no. That damn meat does not look like it does on the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man, that shit look good as hell. When I got there, I was like, what the fuck?
All disappointed.
I was like, yeah, I was very disappointed, man. Cane's or Popeyes?
Oh, nah, I'm gonna go with Popeyes. I like
Cane's
Popeyes to mix in this and that, but Popeyes, man. Yeah, that goes. That's that exclusive stuff I like.
Next up, would you go like a Sour Patch Kids or more like a Reese's?
I would do more of like a Reese's, like the chocolate. Yeah. My daughter, my youngest, she reminds me of exactly like a Sour Patch Kid. So she's exactly like this.
Heck yeah. Cash or card?
I would do cash. Yeah, I like cash. Can't trace it. You know.
Yeah.
You can tip it.
And it's weird, as a barber, you see so many people that hate cash.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's
I'm
like they're like.
You're like, hey, I
totally
prefer cash, guy. Fuck it, I'll take card though. Here.
Right, I know the convenience, but I like cash a lot better. But it's now everything is digital. Man. You send a payment.
Yeah.
Venmo.
Next up, we got gold or silver.
Gold.
Gold.
Yes, gotta go with the gold.
Oh yeah.
Apple or Android?
That's a silly question. I'm like,
shit, not for James.
I know. I get it. No, it has to be for me. It has to be Apple, man. I feel like Android's just adding too much stress to us out here.
Yeah.
Apple keeps it a lot more
simple.
Yeah, simple to the point. That's all we need.
Then the last question we got: movies or TV shows?
I like movies.
Movies?
Yes, definitely got to do the movies, man. The story and. Me and my girl, like, she loves the movie theater. Like, that was one of our big things. So, going to the movies and watching a good movie, I'll take that definitely over a TV show.
For sure.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And nowadays, you get to drink a little bit in the movie theater, huh?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. We're moving up. We're in the future now.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, we're at the end of the episode, man. Episode 18, man. A very special episode, man. A lot of gems in this episode, man, from Mr. Matt Lee himself, man.
Yes, sir.
Allergic to Average, bro. I want to thank you for giving us your time, bro, and being a part of the podcast, man. You're a part of 2025's
last episode,
just a part of the whole year. You know what I'm saying? It was a good interview, man, that topping it off.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It was
Thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys for having me on. Thank you for your time and being able to share a little bit more of my story. And so, that's the goal, is that would help, or maybe, get somebody to think different, or just anything from my story, man, that would help serve somebody else. So I appreciate you guys setting this up and letting me be on.
Is there anything you want to tell the people before we get off? You want to tell them your social sites where they can contact you, or anything that you got coming up?
Yeah, so I would just say, man, social for anything Allergic to Average. You want to check us out on that. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's all Allergic, the number 2 AVG. And then if you add .com, that's our site. And then for me, everything is just Matt, L-E, so Lee, and then 54. So that's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, even Snapchat. So, but yeah, man, just... If anything with Allergic to Average that either you've heard or maybe you've kind of been a part of the movement already, man, y'all stay tuned. The goal and the vision of what we want to continue to do to help people to continue to elevate in their life and to move out of average or what feels like that is what we want to continue to bring. So we appreciate, again, the views and the time if you've been watching this, and if Allergic to Average is something that could help serve you, man, I'd be honored to be on that journey with you. So appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.